What if I told you that the most valuable tip isn't money at all? One night, a billionaire walked out of a restaurant leaving $0 on the table. No cash, no card, no explanation. The waitress, a single mother working double shifts, felt humiliated. But when she cleared the plate, she found something hidden underneath. And in that moment, her life changed forever. First impressions often feel powerful because they form instantly, quietly shaping how we treat people and situations. In a restaurant, a well-dressed guest might be assumed generous, confident, and important, while a tired waitress may be seen as ordinary or invisible. These assumptions happen without conversation, without context, and without truth. The billionaire's quiet behavior, lack of conversation, and simple exit created the impression of indifference or even disrespect. To the waitress, the empty table seemed to confirm the fear that her effort had gone unnoticed. Yet first impressions rarely reveal intention. What we see is only the surface, never the story underneath. People carry unseen motives, struggles, plans, and values that don't show up in a single moment. A person who appears cold may be thoughtful. Someone who seems unsuccessful may be building towards something greater. When we judge too quickly, we limit our understanding and often our compassion. This moment reminds us that life-changing meaning is sometimes hidden beneath disappointment. What looks like failure can be preparation. What feels like rejection can be redirection. When we learn to pause instead of assume, we open ourselves to deeper understanding and unexpected possibilities. That were there all along, single parents carry responsibilities that rarely receive recognition. Every shift worked is more than a job. It is rent, school fees, groceries, and hope compressed into long hours of standing and smiling through exhaustion. The waitress wasn't just serving food. She was carrying the weight of being both provider and protector for her child. Her fatigue wasn't weakness. It was evidence of resilience. Many single parents live in constant calculation. How to stretch time, energy, and money just far enough to survive another day. They miss sleep to gain stability, sacrifice comfort to give security, and silence their stress so their children never feel it. In public spaces like restaurants, their struggles remain invisible. Customers see a uniform, not the story behind it. They see service, not survival. This reality makes moments of disappointment hit harder. A missing tip isn't just lost income. It's a missed opportunity to breathe easier, even briefly. Yet single parents continue showing up, performing excellence in silence. Their strength is not dramatic or loud. It is consistent, patient, and deeply human. Recognizing these quiet struggles challenges us to see dignity in effort, value in persistence, and courage in those who keep going even when no one is watching. Generosity is often measured by what we can see: cash on a table, numbers on a receipt, or public acts of giving. Because money is tangible, we assume it represents care, respect, and appreciation. When none appears, we quickly label the act as selfish or unkind. The empty table seemed to send a clear message, yet it reflected our narrow definition of generosity rather than the truth. True generosity is broader and deeper than currency. It includes time, attention, belief, and opportunity. Things that cannot be easily counted but can change a life. When generosity is judged only by money, we overlook the impact of unseen gifts. A kind word can restore confidence. Recognition can validate effort. An opportunity can reshape a future. These forms of giving often last longer than financial relief. This moment challenges the assumption that worth is proven through wealth alone. Money can solve immediate problems, but it doesn't always inspire growth or long-term change. By expanding our understanding of generosity, we learn to recognize value in unexpected forms. Sometimes what feels like being overlooked is actually the beginning of something far greater. Hidden beneath our expectations and waiting to be discovered, words have the ability to reach places that money cannot. A sentence spoken or written at the right moment can restore confidence, ignite purpose, and remind someone of their worth. For the waitress, the note under the plate was more than ink on paper. It was recognition. Someone had truly seen her effort, her kindness, and her strength, and chose to name it. That validation carried weight because it came when she felt invisible. Belief is one of the most powerful gifts a person can receive. When someone believes in us, especially during moments of doubt, it reshapes how we see ourselves. A single expression of faith can interrupt years of insecurity and exhaustion. It tells us that our work matters, that our character is noticed, and that our future can be more than our present circumstances. Words can become turning points. They can reframe pain into purpose and struggle into potential. Unlike money, belief multiplies. It grows as it is carried forward. When people are trusted, encouraged, and acknowledged, they begin to rise to that belief. This moment highlights how intentional words can plant seeds of confidence that continue to grow long after the moment has passed. Life rarely changes in loud, dramatic scenes. More often, it shifts quietly in ordinary places. A restaurant, a late shift, a tired evening that feels no different from the last. The moment the waitress lifted the plate seemed insignificant, yet it carried the weight of transformation. What appeared to be a routine task became the turning point of her story. Small moments matter because they arrive unexpectedly. They don't announce themselves as life-changing. They hide inside disappointment, delay, or doubt. A brief interaction, a few written words, or a single decision can alter direction in ways we only understand later. These moments test our patience and perspective, asking whether we will give up too soon or stay open long enough to see what's beneath the surface. Destiny is often shaped not by grand opportunities, but by how we respond to ordinary ones. When we remain attentive, resilient, and willing to look again, we allow meaning to emerge from the smallest details. This point reminds us that no moment is ever truly wasted. Even when nothing seems to happen, something may already be shifting, quietly preparing a new path forward. Society often defines wealth by numbers, bank accounts, possessions, and status. Cash becomes the symbol of success and generosity, while impact is overlooked because it cannot be easily measured. Yet money on its own is temporary. It can be spent, lost, or forgotten. Impact, however, stays with people, shaping their choices, confidence, and future long after the moment has passed. The billionaire's true wealth was not revealed through what he paid for a meal, but through what he invested in a person. By offering recognition, belief, and opportunity, he created a ripple effect that extended far beyond a single night. That kind of wealth multiplies because it empowers others to rise, contribute, and eventually do the same for someone else. Impact changes lives at the root. It doesn't just relieve a problem, it redefines possibility. When success is measured by how many lives are improved rather than how much money is accumulated, wealth gains a deeper meaning. This perspective challenges us to rethink what it means to give, reminding us that the most valuable legacy is not what we keep, but what we change in others. So the next time you feel disappointed by what's missing, pause before you walk away. Look again, because sometimes what seems like an empty table is actually a full turning point. True generosity doesn't always shine in obvious ways, and real wealth isn't measured by what's left behind, but by what's set in motion. Lives don't always change with applause or abundance. Sometimes they change quietly, in moments that test our patience and reshape our perspective. And when they do, they remind us that impact lasts far longer than money ever could.